I represent a number of clients who have contracted a disease called mesothelioma, or whose loved ones have contracted mesothelioma. Mesothelioma is a cancer primarily of the lining surrounding the lungs. It's caused solely by asbestos exposure. There are three primary areas where people typically or historically were exposed to asbestos. In no particular order, number one would be in the automotive business. Brake shoes, brake linings, clutch plates, clutch pads. A second area is the construction trade, involving drywall and joint compound. A lot of sheetrock workers, drywall hangers have contracted asbestos-related illnesses from the dust when you have to sand joint compound that's been applied to sheetrock. Those were heavy doses of asbestos exposure. And then a third area is it's a broad category, but it's an industrial exposure. And there are a host of different components that contained asbestos. It's critical that anyone with an asbestos-related illness hire a lawyer or law firm that has particular experience in this area. It is a very complicated, complex area from a medical standpoint, from a product identification standpoint, and when I say that, I mean asbestos-containing products. There are countless numbers of asbestos-containing products out there, and if it's not part of your day-to-day practice, you're not going to know the medical issues, you're not going to know the scientific issues, you're not going to know the products to be looking for. So it's critical that you have experience in this area. It's not something that you dabble in, it's not something you just stick a toe in the water and think I'll handle this asbestos case. In fact, I've had lawyers that have called me and said, I've got a mesothelioma case, what should I do with it? Where do I file it? Who do I sue? And that's typically the case with lawyers who are not involved in it on a day-to-day basis. They're just not going to have the knowledge that those of us who are involved in it would have.